Well, that Pokemon Presents was, really something, I'm told, because I didn't watch it. This will sound familiar to anyone who's been with the channel since before Sword and Shield came out. Ahead of any Pokemon game release that I really care about, I take a break from Pokemon news. Before Pokemon X and Y, games released in Japan well before they came out in the West, so by the time I got to play the games, I already knew a fair bit about them. So when Pokemon announced that X and Y would be getting a simultaneous global release, I decided that would be a great opportunity to go in as fresh as possible. So a few months ahead of the X and Y release date, I stopped looking at the Cerebi homepage, which at the time was probably my only source of Pokemon news. I did the same thing for Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield. I stopped looking at Twitter, stopped looking at the YouTube homepage, and I made sure that everyone around me was aware that I did not want to know. I think that's had a very positive impact on my experience of the games. There's a sense of discovery when you're playing through a game for the first time that just isn't the same when you know what to expect. I haven't bothered to do the same thing for remakes, enhanced versions, DLC, because there just isn't as much to really surprise you, but I did plan on doing it for Pokemon Legends Arceus. The idea was to start my media blackout towards the end of September, 4 months ahead of release. It's what I did before. But then Pokemon Presents was announced for this past Wednesday, and I went back and forth on whether or not to watch it. I'm very curious about Legends, but I also don't need to learn anything more about it. Like, I'm already sold on the game. As much as new information would get me hyped, I think I'd rather just be hyped playing the game. But I did want to learn more about Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl because from what we knew from the reveal trailer, I wasn't too interested in the games. The Sinnoh games are my least favorite, which is not to say that I didn't enjoy them, but they were pretty slow. I didn't think there were too many characters that were memorable, and even though the Gen 4 Pokemon designs are solid, there just weren't that many that really interested me. And on top of that, I don't think remakes are a necessary part of the game cycle. Enhanced ports, like what Zelda's been doing, that would be fine. But a full remake, I think, is unnecessary. I want them to focus more, and by that I mean the Pokemon franchise as a whole. I want them to focus more on expanding the Pokemon world with things like Pokemon Legends. So I felt like I had no reason to buy the remakes, but I did enjoy previous remakes, so I wanted to see if that faithful remake thing was going to pan out and maybe give them a chance to change my mind. In the end, I did not watch the full Pokemon Presents. Instead, I officially anticipated the start of my media blackout. I did go to the official site to look for the standalone Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl trailer and to look at all of the additional information that they had posted on the site. And they managed to nudge me towards buying them. Trainer customization, following Pokemon, and the revamped underground that still includes bases and digging for fossils, plus wild area-like hideouts? None of that is stuff that I would have expected from a, quote, faithful remake. And they are all things that will probably enhance my experience of the Sinnoh region. I'm still not 100% convinced. I think I still need to see maybe one more trailer before I really know whether this is a game for me, but I did go ahead and put in my digital pre-order. I can always cancel it later if I change my mind. So what about Legends? I have not seen anything. Little bits of information have trickled through thanks to some carelessness both from me and from my friends, but that usually happens, and it's not enough to ruin anything. That being said, I need to ask you to be mindful and respectful of my decision to go in spoiler-free, because even though I am on a media blackout, I'm not cutting myself off entirely. And I do want to know how you're feeling about Legends. I just don't want to know any details, like, at all. You can tell me how hyped you are, but please don't tell me what you're hyped about. You could say things like, I'm excited to explore Sinnoh in a new way, or Legends looks like everything I ever wanted, or even, I'm disappointed in what I've seen so far. Anything more than that, and let's just hope one of my mods catches it before I do. So what happens now? I will still be making videos and streaming, so you still get to see me here every week. I just won't be chasing the views by talking about Legends. I'll save that for after I've played the game. I will also still be reading comments and making community posts, so we'll still be in touch. I won't be using Twitter as much, but I'll still be posting video and stream announcements on there, and I'll be monitoring replies and mentions, so if you @ me on Twitter, I will see it. I will pretty much only be consuming YouTube through my notifications to avoid the YouTube homepage, but I had to turn off notifications for all Pokemon related channels to make sure I don't accidentally see something that I don't want to. I'm sorry to all of my fellow creators, I won't see your videos for the next 6 months. If you have something that you think I should see though, whether it's your own video or someone else's, as long as it makes no mention of Legends, feel free to send the link my way. The best way to contact me directly is probably Discord, so I'll put my username on screen, or you can support me through Patreon or YouTube channel memberships to get access to a private community server. Thank you for watching, and thank you in advance for your understanding and your cooperation in helping me avoid all information about Pokemon Legends Arceus. And of course, thank you so much to those of you who already support me through Patreon or YouTube channel memberships, especially luxury patron Ethan from Chicago. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling about BDSP and Legends without spoilers, and I'll see you in the next chapter.